Welcome to Sports Spiel. I am Ken, and with me, as always, are Chris and Nate. Hey guys, welcome back.
Hey.
Good to see you both. It's the fourth has passed, and did you hear that hot dog man Chestnut? Is that his name? Joey Chestnut or
Yeah.
the guy? Yeah, he was, still banned, but he was invited to another hot dog eating contest at an army base, and he won. So, and the thing is, he ate more hot dogs than the guy who won the Nathan's hot dog. So, it was
Were they
him.
regulation sized dogs?
Yes, it was regulation sized, and he was up against four army dudes. I mean, I don't know what else to call them, the army guys. And the four of them against him. And if they ate combined, they were trying to beat him. And he still won in 10 minutes. I think they said 59 hot dogs or something like that.
It was a 4-on-1 battle?
Yeah, 4-on-1 battle, and he won.
Man. Gotta be really popular at parties. I don't know how he does it.
That depends on what kind of party.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go there again. Last week I went there with hot dogs.
No, I'm not going to touch that one. But yeah, you're right.
So depends what party he's at. But this week we got the Major League Baseball's All-Star tournament, which is basically a giant, who's most popular. So, but I guess you have to be good in order to become popular. But theoretically, if you're just entertaining but suck, you could still make it to the All-Star. Like if you're just a crowd favorite, if you went out there and just had fun, made people enjoy the game, and maybe you struck out all the time, you could still make it onto the All-Star team.
Yeah.
Well, they should start inviting the not the minor leagues, but I'm sure I know baseball has like their own equivalent of like the Harlem Globetrotters. They should invite those guys onto if they want to be entertaining.
Savannah Bananas.
Sure, stuff like that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Those guys are great.
I think they should have the Savannah Bananas play against some pro team. Do they play against, or they just play against minor?
No, they're just strictly minor league. And but they did make it into the Baseball Hall of Fame. They had a small section that was dedicated to them.
Really?
I think it was just last year. Yeah. So
really?
Yeah.
Nice. And where's the Baseball Hall of Fame? That's in where's that? Is that in New York?
Yeah. I think it's Cooperstown.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. So, but yeah, I drove by it once. I didn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Almost like going in it.
Yeah. I was like, there it is.
Yeah.
That was the parking lot.
Yeah. Hey, look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament.
Yeah. So I looked up the All-Star, the information to find out more about the history of it.
Well, good, because
well, the first one was in 1933, and right now the American League leads the series with 47 wins to 44 losses, and I guess 2 ties. And I don't know why you would end in a tie. It's not American.
Yeah, no, I mean, haven't they had like baseball games last like 17, 19 innings just so they don't have a tie? I mean, why would you do that with a All-Star game?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, how many innings did they go? That might answer the question.
Yeah.
I don't know. They tied in 1961 and then again in 2002. So
how many innings were the ones that ended in the tie? Was it just
2002 was 11 innings. So I mean, maybe because it's the All-Star game, and then I don't know how many innings was 61. Yeah, but the only time that they did not have an All-Star game was in 1945, and it was canceled due to something called World War II.
Yeah, I can't figure that was.
but I mean, weren't we at war from like 41 to 45? But they had them all the other years. But we decided in 45, now it's a big deal.
We're in that climax.
and like, oh, we can't do it, But it was supposed to be in.
We got these planes flying over us.
So, and the first game, All-Star game, was at Kaminsky Park in Chicago.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Nice.
And I'm not sure where.
I didn't know. I mean, that's like kind of huge. Who are your guys' teams that you're rooting for this year?
In baseball?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I don't really have a team that I'm like following. I in baseball, just because I have a hard time like sitting through a game on TV. I just don't.
TV, yeah, but if you're there in person, it's like a completely different atmosphere.
Oh, I know. Like I went. Well, my son just went to an Orioles game, and we were talking about it. And there again, like these games, like he got a free ticket, so so it was free. So he got there. But then we were talking about the food prices and all that, and he was like, "It's ridiculous." Yeah. I go, it's really not. None of these things are made for families anymore. Like, there's no way. Like, if it was just, I think just to get in, I would be spending at least $100 and some.
Yeah, I went down to the Indianapolis Indians with my old boss, and he was like, "You know what? If you drive, I'll buy." I was like, "Done." We walked in. He's like, "Hey, you want a beer?" And we're like, "Yeah." It was like $23. I was like, "What?" And this is 12 ounce. Yeah. Okay, not anything special. $23. I'm like, minor league game, major league prices. And no, it's not fun anymore.
No, yeah,
Well,
and I
I was gonna say, you brought up the price, and that was actually something I was thinking about ahead of the show, and so I decided to look up the prices for an all-star game. And on the cheap end, it's like per ticket, like in the back where you're really looking at a screen. If you're you're gonna be watching a screen regardless if you want to see anything, it's like in the mid 250s. If you want to get something close, like you're definitely going into quadruple digits. Like, but they still have some seats behind the plate at $5,000 per seat. So it's not Super Bowl prices, but it's still
crazy. Hurting. Like, and I was looking up stuff about like all the places they play. And this includes football too, is like they're all like built by taxpayer dollars.
Yeah. Like that's the great scheme and for professional sports.
It's like, so the taxpayers are paying for the stadium, and then the owners tack on a price. Yeah. And then it's always like, well, we got to pay for the players. And it's like, yeah, but I think you might, like, I understand, like, these are premier athletes, and I don't begrudge in them getting the money that they can get, but they also get sponsorships. They get like deals if they're good, and if they make it to the All-Star game, they're gonna get like some kind.
When you're at this game, you're the guy.
Yeah, people love you. So get back to the people that love you.
You can get a Wheaties box.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
or a shoe deal or something like that.
Yeah.
No, if you're that good, you can make money. But the last time I went and saw a Major League Baseball game was Riverfront. Riverfront in Cincinnati, and I think it was maybe $40. Now at the new one, I think is the low ball is like $80-$90. And they're like not doing really great this year. I mean, they're not in last place, but $80-$90 for a ticket, that's outrageous.
And what's funny is like most of these stadiums also have like huge corporate sponsors now too. Yeah. So you would think that would offset the prices somewhat, but it doesn't seem to, like, because this year it's going to be at Globe Field, which is the Texas Rangers. And I guess Globe is, I don't know who Globe is, but their name is Globe Life Park is what they're called.
That's why I like Cincinnati. They got the Great American Ballpark. I mean, that sounds like a ballpark name, Yeah. Doesn't sound like a company. Sounds like a name. So Yeah, no, I dig that one. So
yeah, but I mean that's just what they're called but a lot of them do have huge corporate sponsors. So, but
no,
anyway,
absolutely. Yeah.
but I guess people pay what they people who want to go to the game are going to pay it.
No. I think it's a good point. The baseball is considered like America's pastime, right?
Yeah.
And it's like there's varying degrees of expensive, especially when you go down to the minor leagues. But yeah, I mean, you want to be able to see a game, you want to be able to see an MLB game or whatever, and it becomes very pricey. Like I said, even on the far back seats of this game, you're still paying. If you want 2 seats, you're paying over $500, especially when they tack on all the fees. You're probably at $600-700 for 2 seats.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I think it's a very valid concern. And then when you want to add food, because they're gonna do the cavity search when you get there. Yeah. So like you're looking at a very expensive game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just read the last game I took my family to. It was an Orioles game, but my daughter had won the tickets, and she somehow managed to win enough from our whole family. So we went, and so we were like, "Oh, sweet, that's cool." So we didn't have to pay it. But then we got there, and everybody went, and we just got hot dogs and water, and it was over $200 and some for hot dogs and water for everybody. And I was like, what? Like, cause I was saying, oh, okay, we'll get it. I was like, in my mind, I was like, yeah, we're at a ball game. Let's get hot dogs and water.
Cracker Jacks.
Yeah. Make it.
Yeah. No, you got to do all the staples.
Yeah. And then like me, I hadn't been to Baltimore, and we parked in probably the sketchiest part of Baltimore. And then and then we were walking back after the game, and it was dark, and we were like going over these railroad tracks. I was like,
your car's sitting on bricks, and you get back.
Yeah, family of 7 murdered in Baltimore. It's like, I was like, crap, but no, but we made it back. We're all of us made it out alive. But yeah, but it is funny. Yeah. So that's the All-Star game coming July 16th. So I don't even know who's going to be in it because I didn't vote this year. But I did find it interesting that it's all pretty much like a popularity contest. And then,
well, that's all. Oh, yeah. I mean, look at Caitlin Clark with the WNBA. I didn't even know they had WNBA until this year.
Whoa. The entire WNBA. I mean, I don't entirely blame you because it has not been popular, but the entire history of the WNBA escaped you until
okay. I knew it was there.
I think the height of its perception was when it started, right? Like that was when it was really
they've been around 20 years now?
Well, at least like mid 90s at the latest, I would think.
Okay.
I think it was right around the time or maybe shortly after the Olympics, the NBA Olympics All-Star, the Dream Team. Remember the Dream Team?
Yeah, with Jordan and Pippen and all them.
That
was amazing. Now we're kind of like, we kind of hope they win. They're not quite as good as they were when they were the Dream Team.
Yeah, we've fallen from grace. Yeah. That was our sport.
Yeah.
Well, just like baseball, like now there's some teams out there, pretty non-American that are coming in.
Now my teams, I like the Reds if they did well. It's easier for me to root for the Braves. I like Atlanta. I've been to their ballpark a couple times. Absolutely fantastic. They built a new one. They have a really good homage, I guess, to the history of the team. I haven't been, like I said, to the Reds Great American Ballpark, but apparently they also have a good section that is dedicated to the Great Red Machine, which I saw, a big red machine, back in '77. So I got a little bit of history with this.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'll root for a team when we get to the playoffs, and then I'll pick a team.
Yeah,
and I'll be a fair weather fan.
Yeah,
and then I'll make a post about how I've been rooting for them the whole year.
Yeah, well, there you go.
That's how I roll.
It's a good strategy.
Yeah.
You're confessing right before right on your deathbed. You're confessing.
Yeah, and then I actually, it's the team that wins. I'm like, that is who I knew. I knew it, and then I'll make a whole like chart up showing how I predicted it.
Yeah. I remember Dad pointing out Johnny Bench while he was catching. He's like, best catcher to ever play the game, and they gave me like a miniature baseball bat. It was made out of wood, and then on another game we actually got a full size bat.
Yeah,
I'm thinking that nowadays,
a
good idea.
No, I think you and I went to that game.
Yeah, I can't imagine arming the audiences with bats.
Chris, it gets even better. So you and I went to that game where they gave the full size bats because I had
I think both of us did. Yeah,
and at the 7th inning stretch, this is not a lie, the announcer said, "Hey kids, twirl your bats in the air," and like. We're all and I remember at least my dad was like because I was like, whoop. It's like
I don't think you get away with that now. You know,
I don't know how nobody got
on WXIX. You know, like 12 people hit with bat. You know,
that was I remember that. That's a core memory in my head.
Absolutely.
And I will never. I wish I still had that bat. That was.
I kind of wish I did too. I think it like faded.
Yeah.
I remember getting a miniature bat at a minor league game before. I've never seen a full size bat be given out.
Full size wooden bat.
Full size wooden bat. I mean, people were getting like.
It was great. But all right,
can't get away with that now.
No, that is awesome. Way to go, Reds.
Yeah.
So,
go Cincinnati.
So now's my favorite part of the show. It is the dumb, or not necessarily dumb, but the unique sports that are out there around the world.
Unique. I think that's a polite way to say it. Yeah. It's great.
So who would like to go first? Who's got one that they just won?
I've got like a really boring one, to be honest.
Then how about we go with you first?
Yeah.
Which is not, that's odd for you to have a boring one. Usually.
Yeah. No, I really didn't dig into this one. I should have this week, but I remember going to college at Ohio University, go Bobcats. They had broomball, which was a sport intramural. And it was basically hockey with a ball about this big, and you use brooms instead of hockey sticks. And, you know, it was essentially hockey on ice, no skates. You were on tennis shoes. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun watching people slip and fall and try to hit things. And, you know, that's why I liked it.
Wait. I'm sorry. I think you did say. Did you say that they're in shoes, but they're still on ice?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. No skates, no anything. They were on tennis shoes, and broom ball.
Do they still try to slide?
Not intentionally.
Not intentionally.
Yeah. I think
you wear cleats?
People slid on accident, and it was. I never played, but I have watched a number of these, and it was a lot of fun. I got to tell you.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, it was great. Absolutely incredible.
That's man. So, and you participated and saw it and enjoyed it.
Well, I watched it. I never.
Yeah, but I mean, you were there.
Yeah,
see, that's what I meant. So you were actually.
Yeah, no, I had to support my mod.
Nice.
Unlike most of the sports that seem to come up on this section, this one sounds fairly American. There local, like you said, Ohio, like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I don't know if it's played anyplace else but Ohio. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not a lot to do in Ohio, so like that makes
we got Kentucky down the road, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I missed last week.
Yeah. What now, Chris, do you want to go next?
That's fine. Yeah. So, I mean, I am also not going to pretend to be an expert in this sport, but it did catch my interest, and I will probably mispronounce it just because, like I said, most of these sports don't originate in America. However, this one is not a British sport for once. This was originated in Brazil.
Ooh, nice.
And so for that reason, my first pronunciation will be bossa ball.
Bossa ball.
Bossa ball. Or bossa ball. I have heard it pronounced both ways, often by the same person talking about the sport. They'll just oscillate back and forth. So it's best way to describe it is it's like a mishmash of volleyball, soccer, gymnastics, and I guess music also plays a part of it. I haven't watched it.
Kind of a wide range of
yeah, it's the setup is very volleyball in the sense of like it's two teams on either side of a net. There's sand. You're not really messing with the sand though, because these teams are on what is essentially a giant bounce house, but it's flat, like like something to play on. But what makes it unique is that on each side of the net, there's a circle with a trampoline. So there's two trampolines on both sides of the net. And from my understanding, just like volleyball, you're trying to hit the ball to the other side and make it land. But it's sort of like basketball in the sense that you can get more points depending on where you hit it. So if you hit it in the opposing team's trampoline, I guess that's worth 3 points. Outside of the trampoline, it's worth 1. Okay. So it looks like a lot of fun. There's a lot of like spectacle to it. I actually looked up the word bossa to get an idea. It says the etymology is Brazil. The word bossa is old-fashioned slang for something done with particular charm, natural flair, or innate ability. And that definitely ties in if you watch like some highlights that a lot of these scoring hits are a lot of these scoring hits are done by the guy who's bouncing on the trampoline. So there's one guy that's in the trampoline the whole time, just bouncing on both sides. So there's the other members of the team are, doing their setups and hits, but they're really trying to get it to the guy on the trampoline because he's bouncing, right? And he's ready to spike. But what he'll often do is he will or she will do like a cartwheel flip backwards to kick the ball to the other side. So it's very Brazilian and like it does have that flair to it. And I would like to see a game just because they said the music plays a big part of it. So I'm guessing they're kind of like jumping to the beat.
Yeah, that was the thing that got me when you said the music. I was like, yeah. Okay. And
so must be blasted,
I might be pretty good at this because I'm innate.
Yeah. Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Bad
joke. That was a dad joke, terrible. And you're not even a dad.
Oh my God. Yeah. That was terrible.
You can, if you haven't been using that joke your whole life, you should be because.
Oh God. I'm embarrassed.
Save it for work now. You got to use it.
No, I cuss at work.
It just looks like a fun little sport. And it seems bigger. It started in 2004, so I'm not going to directly blame this one on like 9/11. Unlike what we were talking about 2002, the cancellation of the MLB.
Yeah,
I don't know that if this has a direct correlation to that. This was in Brazil, but I think it's worth checking out if you're looking for a fun beach sport to participate or watch.
No, that sounds like a really good sport. I mean, it's better than broomball.
Yeah,
but like I said, broomball might just be an Ohio thing. I don't know. It's just people in Nikes, with brooms and a giant like dodgeball, I guess.
Yeah,
and they're trying to hit it into a net. So
Well, I'll tell you my my runner up, and I settled with bossa ball because my runner up was pea shooting, professional pea shooting, which is British.
Like
yep.
Oh wow.
And I watched a video on it. I think it was like 11 years old, and it was like news reporting on it, and they said, well, it didn't bring a high. There wasn't a big turnout in crowd. And no, there wasn't. But they just had these British guys shooting peas at a plain metal dartboard that had no fanciness to it at all. Just looked like it was a tin dartboard shooting peas. I think British I think that part of Europe is
really boring,
keeping pea popularity higher than it ever would be. But
or should be.
Or should be, yeah.
No, absolutely.
They love their peas. Anyway, I will probably never talk about the pea shooter on this show as like a main sport, so I thought throw it in there. But, I'll. I guess we can. What you got, Ken?
But now I found this one interesting. It is the Dunny Derby, and it's in Australia. Dunny, Dunny,
okay.
Dunny Derby. It's in Australia. It's actually this year it is sponsored by Quilton. But it's the Quilton Australian Dunny Derby. It's an annual event down there in Winton, Australia, which I don't know where that is in Australia, but it's in Winton. And it started there. And basically what it is, and I was looking at, we could enter it. We just need three more people. American? 3 more people, yeah. And we got to go to Australia to do it.
All right.
But registration to be in is only $50, and we have time because it's not till September.
It's September. 6 people.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we need to do after we get these 3 people?
So here's what it is. We have to build a dunny, which is basically an outhouse. It's either they call it an outhouse, or a throne, or a thunder seat. Those are all the names they give it. But basically, it's
I love it.
I like the thunder seat's my favorite too. Yeah. So you build this outhouse.
All right.
And at the start of the race, how it works, there's teams of 5, basically. So we need 2 more people. I'm sorry, not 3.
Okay.
So 2 runners are going to be pushing the dunny. 2 are going to be pulling, so that you can have it on wheels. And then you have a dude that's a jockey who is sitting on the toilet of the dunny. So it's a 200-meter. It's a 200-meter race. All right, it's 200, and basically
that's like half a track.
Yeah. So what happens is when it starts, the jockey runs to the dunny, and I got a map of the obstacle course. I don't think I can share it though.
Do you actually have to poop while you're on?
That's why
I don't know, because here's what happens. So as you go, the jockey is 25 meter. So you have the dunny placed. The jockey is 25 meters behind. When they say go, all the jockeys run to their dunnies, get in. And then the dudes start pulling and pushing it. And as you go around this oval, there's obstacles or things you have to pick up. So at the first place, you have to pick up the toilet paper.
So it's not just a straight race.
Right. Yeah, okay. You got to pick things up. So then you pick up toilet paper, then you pick up a toilet brush, then a newspaper, which is essential when you're on a dunny. And then you have to empty the dunny. So there is
something in there.
There's something in it. I don't know if it's already has something in it or the dude's got to fill it as he goes. That's unclear. They don't specify that part of the story.
I'd be filling it as I go. I mean,
so you're both you're both on where I'm at, because my first thought was okay. You want to be the jockey, and then I immediately retracted it in my head because I'm like, well, what if that thing is full? I don't want to be the jockey if it's full. Yeah. And then I thought, well, what if the jockey has to fill it? Like that's a whole other thing, right? Like they load them up full of Metamucil, and then the jockey's the really tough job. Yeah. And then what if you're graded on your performance in that case?
Right. So
anyway, it sounds intense.
It's graded on my performance in this sport.
Great. Well, so basically they go, they run, and the winner is they win 5,000. But there's other things you can win for this. They have all these other basically you got the final winner. They got a men's and women's bracket. The people who come in last get the constipation winner. And that's what they call it. But you can win for your presentation. You're your best, like when you build your dunny, if it's amazing. Yeah. Well, it's like the best built dunny.
Oh my God. This is terrible.
And wait. So the now I mean, all around it just sounds amazing, and I really wish.
So glad that you found this.
And it's
wow.
They do this. You wonder why they do this? It's got a cause. There's a cause behind it. I don't know if it's always had this cause, but now there's a cause behind it. It's to raise awareness for bowel cancer.
Oh,
if you were unaware that your bowels could have cancer after the dunny race, you are aware.
Well, I've had stomach cancer, but I've never had bowel cancer. So,
I hear it's pretty shitty.
Yeah, really, really shitty.
Hold on. So to raise awareness, do they do anything, or are they just saying, "Hey,
I don't know." Well, it's kind of
bowel cancer exists.
It kind of took Ken until the very end of it to say, "Oh yeah, it's it's got like a pink ribbon or something."
Yeah, a brown ribbon.
Yeah, it's a brown ribbon. You wear the brown ribbon. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Well, you can see some pink streaks because it's been covered in the brown. So
yellow if you eat corn. Yeah. God, I didn't even know that it had a purpose.
Oh, and the trophy is a golden porcelain bowl.
Okay, so remember I said that the pea shooters didn't have a big crowd. When you were watching, did you watch any videos on this? Were there big crowds?
No, it's a big crowd.
Australia is hot too, man.
Yeah,
and so
they have like cameras inside the loop.
I don't know. That would be amazing. But you
gotta have it inside so you can. I mean, everybody needs to participate.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think, it looks like they have a ton of, the crowd sizes are pretty big for something like this.
That's pretty incredible.
It's a part of the Outback Festival in Winton.
What, like the steakhouse?
No, well, because Australia, well, that's where they get the name Outback Steakhouse. It's from Australia.
Well, I wasn't sure if they sponsored it or something like that.
No. Quilton Toilet Papers is sponsoring it this year.
Well, okay. Yeah, you need toilet papers.
Oh, and by the way, last year's winners were the Wilder Piss Wanderers.
I love the name. That's great.
That's a good band name.
Yeah,
the Wilder Piss Wanderers.
Yeah, so that was the there's what. So this is another one of these things that fascinates me, and I think we could win it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we got to get like two more people.
Yeah,
in Australia. No, we got to do this.
If we ever decide we're all going to Australia because we have extra money, flying around, we got to enter into this contest, and we'll do it.
That's great. That is absolutely great.
The Thunderbox. That's my favorite though. I'm from now on going to refer to going to the restroom as I need to head to the Thunderbox.
Yeah.
Because and that would be another good band name, Thunderbox.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Dunny is the Australian term for outhouse, essentially.
Yes. Essentially, yeah, that's what they do. So they also do a parade before it too.
A Dunny parade?
Yeah, a Dunny parade.
I was hoping there'd be a parade.
Yeah. Well, like I was reading, they have the parade with music. Music has a part of it.
Of course.
And
you gotta have a parade.
I think they have like a choreographed performance as you bring out your Dunny. So,
what time of year is this?
It's in September.
So that is, I know Australian seasons are flipped, right?
So they're spring.
They're spring, right? Yeah, they're spring. Yeah. So that's pretty good.
So it's not. Yeah, so it's not too hot yet. So, it's not like December when it'd be in the heat of the, and.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Lower than us. So.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's like I was like, I think we can somehow try and bring this up here into America. I think America could start doing a Dunny.
I think there's some certain states in the lower region we could make that popular.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
There's plenty in the South that would
be all America.
Yeah, I'm probably real close to one of the states that could probably happily be all about that. West Virginia would be all over this. I have no problem. I have no problem
a big
ticking off the West Virginians right now. The whole state, all those West Virginians. So
yeah, screw West Virginia. As long as we got Kentucky, that's where the bourbon's at.
Yeah, exactly. What's West Virginia? They just have a moonshine, but other states have it too. So
and a college that beat Michigan.
Yeah, but so that's it. The Dunny Derby. Yeah, and there's some great videos of it on YouTube. If you get a chance to go look at previous, and people build some pretty cool little things.
No,
so it's kind of like a boxcar derby. Like you make your own, and
you make your own. Yeah,
they put like puns on there and all that.
I get the one I'm looking at right now, it's they actually have like the Quilton logo on the side, and guess they're trying
NASCAR. NASCAR.
Yeah, NASCAR. Yeah. So they're all about it. It's pretty awesome. I'm all for it. I'm ready.
I'm going to have to look that up on YouTube.
Yeah, I think you should. Yeah. It'll be one of those where you'll start watching and waste an afternoon. And like the time will fly by and you'll be like, what? I'm still watching this. This is ridiculous.
Sometimes I'll do that. I'll be watching something, I'll start something, and I realize fairly early into it, not very interested in this. And then, but like, I feel like I have this, I owe the video and I owe the creators, like I need to finish this. And I'll be about 30 minutes in, like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing with myself?
Yeah. Why am I still here?
Or they don't know I'm watching this. It's not helping them.
or I'll sit there and I'll watch it and I'll be, not realizing how much time I've wasted.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, I don't have time to watch this. And then I'll look down and be like, I've already been watching this for an hour.
Crap, I've been watching it.
Still there. I used to have that problem with the IMDb, the website. I just be especially like it's heyday. Like you just
I'm constantly doing that at work. I'm like, oh, remember that movie? And then like, no, I'm like, hold on.
So it's a whole rabbit hole every time.
It is a rabbit hole. But some rabbit holes are fun.
Yeah, I'm falling down the rabbit hole tonight. I'm going to watch Beverly Hills Cop 4 on Netflix.
Yeah.
Let you know how it is.
I already saw
it. I just threw it on my playlist today.
Did you like it?
I did. I've read some reviews of it that people were like bashing it, but I was like, did you not see the other Beverly Hills Cops? They're not Oscar winners.
Yeah.
I mean,
holy crap. I mean, that was like,
it's way better. It's way better than 3. And personally, I felt it fell right into the other, like it just, I mean, from start to end, it was, this was Beverly Hills Cop.
It's gotta be good. I mean, I read that Kevin Bacon's in it. So, I mean, everything's better with Bacon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's good in it. I enjoyed him.
Oh, good.
And I can't remember the other guy that's in it too that I've seen before, and he was really good. He's a new character that they introduced.
Oh, but what's his
name?
Robin.
Yeah,
Robin
the guy who played Robin.
Dark Knight Rises. What's his name?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, it's a 3. Yeah, George. Yeah, he's really good in it. And again, they have all the original dudes are back, which
I didn't know that. I mean, I knew Judge was still around, but I thought the other guy died. So I'm really excited about this now.
Yeah. Like, well, when I saw that he was in it, I was like, Taggart's still alive. I thought he was 60 in the original one. Yeah, it's like I thought
he was like Picard in Next Generation. Like, wasn't he 80 when he started? And bald and the gray.
Yeah,
and he's still here, and it's like 2024.
Still bald and 80.
Yeah, it's like so he's and what's his name? The guy he played, he plays the gay guy like in the original one.
Oh shoot! What?
But I can't remember. His name was Serge.
Yeah.
In the movie.
And
it was funny because he was like he was in like a total of like 5 minutes in the original one, and then they just kept bringing him back. He's in it. He's in it too. So
they started doing that with
what was that?
The guy from Bad Boys.
Yeah, the dude from
Okay.
The dude from Perfect Strangers. Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He's in it too. So he makes a cameo, or no,
nice.
It's a little bit more than a cameo, but he's in it. So
very nice.
So
I'm looking forward to it more and more now.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. Well, I guess that's it, man. I think we've done it.
Yeah, we've completely, run off the rails of what we were going to be talking about.
That's
so.
fine.
Well, we talked about what we were going to talk about, and then we talked about more, which is what we do.
Yes, absolutely.
So thanks, guys, for coming back, and those watching, listening, or whatever. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll be back again. So see y'all. Bye.
Adios.